I'm back so soon for the last 3 Mikus I couldn't find in the 1.4 update. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do find it helpful, if you can leave it a like, drop me a comment and hit that subscribe button. So firstly, a massive thank you to the players Nil, Shred, Lewis Otavio 008 and my YouTube commenter BRIKHEAD. Without you guys, I couldn't have done this, so thank you so much for all of your help and support. I don't take credit where it isn't due, and I didn't do these all by myself. So Lewis Otavio said that they figured out 2006. I found the teapot in the desert but didn't know what it did. So you need to click on the teapot in the desert and then we go to the pink island to talk to the teapot traveller. So teleporting through to the desert and we're going to find that teapot again. You can't miss it, it's bright blue. But it is just here. So clicking on it, it will disappear and then the teapot traveller will appear. So going back to Miku Lands. I don't know why they refer to this as the pink island. I would say it's more blue with pink. But making our way through to the archway here. Obviously I was trying to help people whilst I was on as well. Oh, and I did forget to say as well, thank you to Mochizuki Hoshika, who said that the levers were actually the first step for the alien Miku. So here is the teapot traveller. Why they picked the teapot, I don't know. But there they are. You talk to them, we freed them after we found the teapot. So sort of like a genie, I think. A teapot genie. And as a repayment for us freeing them, they give us a little door. Here's a comically small door in my pocket. It's not actually that small when they put it in the map, but I was expecting sort of Alice in Wonderland kind of size door. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for a comically small door. But this is the door here, the big yellow one. Right, so on with Teapot Traveller. So, a bigger than average door. And it's teapot time. It's usually teapot time for me before bed. I do like a nice cup of tea before I go to sleep. So making our way, obviously not getting squashed by the teapots. And we get the 2006 Noob Miku. So also in this area was another one. So going back in, and we just got a sneaky glimpse, they are underneath the obby. I did think we could potentially drop down onto said Miku, but no, you don't fit. So what we do need to do is go ahead and make our way back through the obby. And you can see we've got a ladder down and then some platforms across. Easier than what I was expecting, to be honest. I don't know whether they could have made that more of the harder element by making those invisible. I don't know. And probably the one that we're all here for is Alien. Oh my god. Right, so the first thing we need to do, I was right, is go ahead and activate the levers. So we have the one downstairs. We have the one through the acid by the vent. Then we need to go back into the acid room. And there we go, that is number 3. And as I've already said, the next one is in the maze, so I'm going to have to go back in there myself now as well. I did leave the game after my last video, unfortunately. I did just stay there momentarily to allow my health to regain, because obviously we are going up against Leg Miku. And here we go again. So we're going into the blue cheese room. I think that was pretty quick, but I have done this maze quite a lot now. So again, that is the last lever. So then this allows you to press the button inside of the room with the first lever. I did this before, but I just didn't go outside. I can't believe this. So watch the screen, you can see a spaceship blow up. I could kick myself how close to alien I got. I pulled the levers, I pressed the button, and I just didn't come out and see the massive spaceship. But we have these two alien Mikus. Why you can't collect them, I don't know. I mean, they're there. But basically, they're holding us responsible for our species making a mistake. Well, we did shoot them down. I pressed the button, so it is my fault. But basically, the spaceship is greatly damaged from crash landing, and we need to obtain some parts. So the first one is a mechanical part trapped in one of the big crystals, and it says that you need to find something sharp to destroy the crystal. So what is massive, what is big, and what is sharp? The harpoon in Mikutropolis. So going ahead back to the harpoon. I did actually get geyser as well. I went back on the o'clock. If you are there and standing on the geyser itself before the o'clock, it actually passes up through you, so you can collect it no problems. So lining up the harpoon with the big blue and red crystals, you've seen them around the map. I'm so glad that they have now got a purpose, because I was sort of wondering why they were dotted around. Again, it's bringing in something they've already got in the map, but you need to hit that big red one directly across, and you can see the gold gear has now appeared. So going where the big tree is, this is where the crystal was located. I should say is located, but we've now smashed it. And there is the big gold gear. I don't know if there's another way over there. I mean, if you've got a coil, you're going to be no problems. But I just used the tree and then the cloud to go across. And there we go, we collect the gold gear and then we just take it back to the aliens. And that is part number 2 done. I can't tell you how hard this was. So again, we're being called smelly, unintelligent, unappealing. So the next task is to find us emotional support. Obviously crash landing, you would be a bit traumatised. And the hint is something in a song called Dance Robot Dance. So if you actually get that song up and the English lyrics, and the clue is here, we have a series of directions, up, up, down, and what is emotional support but a plushie? As soon as I saw those directions, I thought of the arrows. So go into the machine, you need to put up, up, down, up, down, left, left, right, up, down. You may want to clear the machine, so pressing all the buttons until it flashes red and then start putting this in. And there we go, it flashes green again for you, and you will then see the alien Teto plush to the side. So collecting the plush, there we go, and again we take it back to the aliens. That one I got. That one my IQ was perfect for. The next task is to locate some refrigerant to use for the reactor. They say it would be found in polar regions, but it would be underground. This, oh my god, I went everywhere that was underground, in the caves, everywhere. I went through the lab, and I literally said to Shred on the chat, do you think it's the metal detector being underground and all? And they went, no, I think that would be a bit vague. And then thank God Nil joined, and I saw that they had 128th and they said it was the metal detector. Oh my God, I was on the right lines, I just didn't bother doing it. So going into the lab again, we need to pick up that metal detector. It was the most fortuitous moment that Nil could have ever have joined the game, and actually I'm so grateful for their support. I don't think I would have found this one without them. So again, going back to the blue island, I'm not calling it the pink island, it's not pink. And then making our way up. This was so hard. I mean, underground could have been anywhere because they gave no clue where this would be. How Nil found it, I don't know. Obviously following the metal detector, isn't it? But it is in this area. So just keep moving around that area. It's a little bit temperamental for me, but refrigerant is actually what looks like a slush or a snowman. Oh my God. So once we have the refrigerant, we take it back to the aliens. I was expecting like a canister or something, like a gas, I don't know. And the final task is to find a way to power our spaceship. And what did I find in my last video? The crystal reflector. So again, you need to go back to the obby room in the lab. I'm going to show you here where to collect it, but I already have found this in my previous video. All the pieces of the puzzle are now fitting together. So making our way over the obby again. Luckily, it's not too strenuous. We find the secret room. We get the adjustable crystal reflector. And then we take it back to the crystals. So I was just trying to place it in the very first laser, obviously closest to the actual spaceship itself. It's pretty temperamental to try and put that reflector down, but just keep walking around and moving it till it actually does then break the laser. But then I would seriously recommend taking it off the menu at the bottom, because otherwise you can press the screen and place it somewhere else, which is rather annoying. So I'm just trying to get it in one of the lasers. I was so chuffed I'd figured it out. So what I thought was actually the first bit of Alien is actually the last. This is what I mean. There you go. So take that reflector off, because as you can see, I moved it by accident when I was trying to rotate. Just mildly annoying. There we go. We've got it back again. So rotate that laser, and what you will see just by the spaceship, you will see what looks like a kind of pylon metal construction thing, and it has a crystal on the top. So just aim that laser through their crystal and then go back and talk to the aliens again. And thankfully, that is it. So when we have this conversation, they're thankful for our cooperation and helping us fix our spaceship. Hopefully it won't be Independence Day and they call the mothership to come over and destroy the Miku planet. But it says head upside the spaceship to collect your reward. And there is Alien. Oh my God. Thank you again, Shred, for trying to work with me to obviously find out where that refrigerant was. And another massive thank you to Nil for actually getting us on the path. And then Neil also said if we wanted a secret badge, and all you need to type in is apple seed in stock, and this will give you talking about grow a garden. And there we have it. So happy to have got that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.